I'm Kim Eaves, and I'm with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and I am with the newly formed Space Weather Observation Office. We are a joint program division with NASA, but we are the first. We have our Space Weather Prediction Center out of Boulder, Colorado that gives space weather warnings, but we are now in the office of creating satellites that will monitor that space weather. So in order to kind of like introduce ourselves, we decided to tackle the eclipses. Okay, so our major partners for this are NASA and NSF. We decided to do a tri-agency branding. But actually at all of our locations, we also have our on-site partners. So we're partnering with KERA, Ready, Jet, Go, Balloon Museum, University of Colorado Boulder, Smithsonian Institutes, University of Texas, Dallas, and the University of New Mexico. And the American Astronomical Society. Oh, okay, hold on. All right, I got this. Okay. So for the October 14th annular eclipse, we are going to be here with the balloon at the Balloon Museum, hosting an event that will happen on Saturday. And then we are also hosting an event in Boulder, Colorado at the University of Colorado's Boulder campus. And what we did was we wanted locations where we had a built-in audience. So at the Balloon Fiesta, you know, that's happening. And that brings in typically about 1 million people per the event. So we're hoping that we'll touch at least 10 to 20,000 people. And then at the Boulder campus, we are partnering with their family day. So it's their alumni is putting on their family day. And it just so happens that, I don't remember which group it was, has a big anniversary that week. So they're actually doing the Friday night football game as like a space football game is the theme. So it works out really well, and we'll be able to partner with the locals on site and be able to have a great event. We're hoping we'll bring in about 10,000 people there. But the one I'm really, really excited about. So we will be partnering with the Air and Space Museum on the National Mall for the April 8th eclipse. That one is going to be kind of just some booths set around the National Mall where people will just naturally find booths. And according to the Air and Space Museum, we should be expecting like a huge crowd. She said that in previous years when they had an eclipse, even they didn't do an event, it was still packed because tourists are there, they want an open space, and they just flock to it. So that's our built-in audience. The one that I'm really excited about, like I said, is Dallas. In Dallas, we knew we wanted big, right? And somebody mentioned to me, and I think Rick Eames, he mentioned, you know, MLB, right? So I reached out to the Texas Rangers Stadium, the Cowboys Stadium, and I reached out to the Cotton Bowl of Texas, and the Cotton Bowl responded. So we started talking, and it just happened. So we have now signed a lease with the Cotton Bowl Stadium at their park. It seats 80,000 people. So originally we were talking about filling like a quarter of it, but now that I've got my other partners, we're looking at filling all of it. And one of the ways I'm doing that is I reached out to we want to bring it to kids, right? One of our partners is KERA and Ready, Jet, Go. And they do like, Ready, Jet, Go is on a TV show directed at younger kids about space. So we're going to do a whole production based around that character and that show. So that's geared more towards like the younger kids. So I reached out to Dallas ISD and I was like, look, I want to do this event. I want to make it free. I want to bring your kids. How can I do that? And by talking to the STEM educator, we were able to get an idea. At first, I said I wanted to invite all their kids, and that was 104,000. So that couldn't happen. But I did look at, I'm looking at bringing in all of the first grade classes, which are all coming from Title I schools. And that equals about 10.6 thousand kids. So then, but I have to bring them in buses that I have to pay for and feed them lunch that we have to pay for. So that is what I'm working right now, you know, because we're limited on what we can do as a government agency. So I'm leaning on my partners. One of the other ways that we are reaching out to the schools and the kids is with our partnership with UTD. They are creating curriculum and comic books and teacher workshops and all of this educational material at the Texas standards for the kids. So they're getting it out, they're hosting workshops, they're doing all this stuff while we're working with them. And then I think we are also, hold on, sorry. But yeah, so we're partnering with KERA, which also reaches Wichita Falls all the way down to Waco. So we hope that that'll bring in a large audience. And I think, yeah, so between all of our events, we're hoping to reach, I don't know, like 1 million, right? In just 4 events. And I'm really excited about them, and NOAA's very excited about them, and we're learning a lot. Like I've told people here, I came to this workshop in October, and I feel like I was a baby because I was only planning a tiny little event at my work, and then it just grew. You know, the interest just grew and it grew and it grew, and now we've got 4 big events, and then we'll also be at the University in New Mexico, and we'll also be here with a booth as well. So we're trying to hit as many people as we possibly can. But I think, yeah. So here's my information and my partner, Eric, his information as well. If you have any questions, want to get involved, anything, we are reaching out to everybody in Dallas. If you are related to a STEM event, I've probably talked to you. But yeah, if you have questions, anything, please feel free to contact us and I will get to you as soon as I can. So thank you.